hey there. Welcome to Gary John's Journal, Chapter 6. This is a place where songwriters can tell their stories. Oh, speaking of which, I got a fire, I got a cup of joe. All I need is a songwriter to do a good chapter. I mean, a good songwriter. I think I'm going to get my magic metronome going and put out the blue antenna light that calls the greatest songwriters in the area. Doesn't seem to be working. Ah, silly me. I gotta plug it in. It's always the plug in, isn't it? Okay, well, here we go. Now we readjust it. I heard that there's some real talented songwriters in the area. Let's try it again. Work this time. Let's see what we can reel in. Coming. It's Clayton Burke. How are you? Clayton Burke. I'm doing great. So you heard my signal, right? I just set up the.
Let's go.
Yeah. Come on in.
Hey, all
Have a
right.
seat. I got the fire going here.
All right.
Well, you might notice I'm looking a little dapper today. I'm wearing a Clayton Burke original. Not only is he a singer and a songwriter, he makes stuff. Anyway, more about that later. So good to see you.
Likewise.
Tell you what. How's that guitar in there?
Whoa, hey, that's mine.
That's Artemis, is what that is.
Okay, all right.
Hey, can I offer you a cup of joe?
Yeah, I think I'd take one.
All right. Artemis, I got Clayton Burke on my signal here. I reeled him right in. Artemis, you some coffee? You know, it is a little early in the morning for him, but.
Hey.
All right, okay.
All
well,
right, okay.
Hey, man, cheers.
I like this place.
It's service oriented. I saw you and your band last night. I don't know, you probably couldn't see in the crowd because it was pretty crowded there, but I tried to weasel up front. Fantastic show, and I loved your first set because, ladies and gentlemen, he was doing a solo set to start, and that's what I really have liked about your singing and songwriting.
Hey, I
Speaking
appreciate
of
it.
which, you got a guitar here. You got a song in your heart. Can you play something for us?
I think I do.
All right.
I appreciate you coming out to the show and showing the love. And I tell you what, I'll play a tune called Failed Union Blues.
Ooh,
I'm showing
I
your
remember that.
appreciation. Goes like this. Well, the table was set. You know the glasses all were sparkling as I sit here at our dinner for two. Put on my cleanest shirt and an old blazer also. I know you've been waiting to try something new. Now it occurred to me lately, the more I keep a-thinking I'm always in, going out of my mind. They mention well in passing, it's like I'm just passing through. Well, I wanna treat you the way you've yearned all this time. Well, the candles all are drowned. It's all but nearly died. Here and I nearly died inside too. Well, I think I get your message, so don't keep saying the one you're calling don't answer to you. Won't you come to me, darling, and love me all the same, and spare me the failed Union blues? Won't you love me for always, and I'll change my tune, and I'll sing the no sorrows waltz for you. As I sit here thinking, that old band keeps on playing that old song that an ignorant fool. Here I know it's true, I waited too long to show you, never paid you enough mind. I never held your heart with my hands. All the love that I had, dear, I kept deep down inside. Now I lament the love I let die. Won't you come to me, darling, and love me all the same, and spare me the failed Union blues? Won't you love me for always, and I'll change my tune, and I'll sing the no sorrows waltz for you. All a mess, you know the glass is all sweating as I sit here at our dinner for two. But that band kept on playing while I sat here singing the old fair Union blues.
You know, last night you fooled me. I remember that song you played last night. When you went up the neck, I started clapping, you know, and it wasn't over yet. And it's like, so I knew, well, not to embarrass you this time. It's like, hold back, Gary John, hold back.
I appreciate that. As I came to that part, I was thinking, don't leave too much of a space in there.
Perfect song. You know, it sort of reminds me, I've written a song with a similar sort of feel to it. It's a Texas feel, if you don't mind, but I'd like you to throw a little solo in. It's key of G. Can you play in that key?
Is there any other key?
Hey, I'm even still in tune here, so yeah, this is called Diamondback Rattle. I'll nod to you at solo time.
You got it.
Should she turn around, back to the fold, or should she turn her back, walk away cold from the twists and the turns, arrows and slings, or should she just abide and let you clip her wings? Well, she gathered her courage, gathered her things. Headed out the door, see what it brings. Out in the night, brittle and spark. Yeah, she's out on the road, into the dark. You can argue and haggle, spew, cycle, babble, but it won't save your skin against a diamondback rattle. Poison will course from your heart to your brain. Well, she might survive, but she won't be the same. Go ahead, Clayton Burke. Beautiful. You can argue and haggle, spew, cycle, babble, but it won't save your skin against a diamondback rattle. Poison will course from your heart to your brain. Yeah, it'll never be the same. Well, she lifts her head from a faraway pillow. It's checkout time and she's off to Amarillo. She's got a sister out there and she prays with luck. And her man won't mind for a little while to put her up. Well, she tried her best to see things from your view. And she tried to be the woman envisioned by you. Should she turn around back to the fold, or go off on her own and grow old? You can argue and haggle, spew, cycle, babble, but it won't save your skin against a diamondback rattle. Poison will course from your heart to your brain. If she went back with you now, it'd be just insane. Do another little ditty there.
That's
Yeah,
very
beautiful.
smooth too, man.
I love that Tex-Mex little ditty you did in there. That's exactly what I've always been trying to hear.
Well, it seemed like that's what would serve the song best, I tell you.
Yeah. So This is a nylon string guitar. Do you
I
notice
see that. You
That's
know,
my
I really
thing.
like that. Tell you what, I have a nylon guitar. I won't say that it's like that, because that one looks awfully nice. But my favorite guitar to write songs with is actually a compilation of mini nylon guitars.
Many nylon guitars? How many do you
Well,
need?
I had a friend I didn't know so well back then, but he had a B-stock and used guitar shop, and he had a bunch of nylons drilled up to the ceiling.
No
And
kidding.
well, when he was expanding his space, he was taking all that down, and I went out there and I got all these different parts from all these different broken nylon guitars and compiled my own with a little help from part of a trash can from home.
Well, I hear that you get some good tones from those trash cans, you know. It's like,
Well, it's definitely a beater for sure, but it's a one of a kind.
well, but it's funny though that you do your writing on that sometimes. Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
it's very much like an old friend, and I love to write with it. Just how it sounds and all its weird quirks and characteristics seem to be a really nice thing to write on for me.
Speaking of which, you've got a couple of albums. I know you have one out, and that's called what?
Put out a little EP last summer. It's called Hokey Tonk.
Hoagie Tonk. Is that hoagie like the sandwich?
Hokey as in like
Oh.
honky tonk, but hokey as in
Oh,
like
hokey tonk.
I like to have fun with it. It's
Well,
certainly-
you're fitting right in on this show. Am I right?
I'm feeling it.
He's a little too classy for Gary John's Journal, but I'll try to class it up because I got this bolo here and I'm feeling pretty high class.
You look quite sharp, my friend.
I tell you. So when you write with your nylon or whatever you're writing on, all songwriters, they dredge up something. And I remember last night you said something about this was how'd you phrase it? It was something like a warning or
Cautionary tale.
a cautionary tale. That's right.
I'll tell you, yeah, for sure. That's certainly what that song that I just played was about.
Exactly.
The failed union blues. We it's. I feel like a lot of songwriting comes from from experience, from living it, and I've certainly experienced being a little too negligent at times, and that's more or less what that tune is about. Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting tense just hearing the lyrics. It was reminding me of. Well, anyway.
It's good to know that it's relatable for sure.
And you, actually, the people out there probably be interested in this. You and I have recorded at the same studio. I've got an album coming out, an EP actually, and it's going to be on a CD. For you young folks, that's what we use. You can use it like for a coaster, put your coffee on or whatever, and then, get a QR code and go to Spotify or whatever young people do. But anyway, that's called Rough Cut, coming up end of this month, actually.
I'm looking forward to hearing that.
I will shoot you a signed copy. It's worth more that way.
I would love that.
But you do some stuff with cassette, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I'm pretty fond of that medium of sound and how it sounds. The tape compression and everything. I'm not a big gearhead or anything like that. It all goes above my head, but I'm just very fond of cassette tapes and how they sound more or less. So all the music is out there on Spotify and on YouTube and Apple Music, all these easy to find things, but I just like having a little physical thing to have with me too.
I'm with you. That's why I like the lyric books too, so you can read, what's going along with the song.
I think you've given me one of them before. Of yours.
Yeah, on my first album, that's right. It's got a little pocket in there and you can pull it out, and I don't know about you, but even songs I love, sometimes it's like, what's that word? I can't understand every word that's in the song, and I just need to read it, I guess. But
well, that's nice. You have your little companion for listening to the album. I've done that some, you know, when I was buying compact discs
Yeah.
more often.
Back in the day. Well, you had another song that you played that I'm going to request. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but you were talking about your angst about growing older and things that you hadn't done or something like that. Do you remember which one I'm talking about?
Well, I think I think I'd like to play Simple and True.
That's it.
Which is definitely along those lines. You know, I really enjoy songwriting. I think that maybe you and I are similar in this respect. My friend, my compadre, that it's just the wheel's constantly spinning.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can't help it. And I like to do a lot of it when I'm being reflective and introspective. And I certainly wrote this song thinking about those things. I mean, to tell the truth, when I started writing this song, I was scrubbing black mold out of the basements of a fraternity on campus. So, you know, I was dream job. I was doing the dream job.
Well, you got a good song out of it, I'll tell you that.
Yes.
If that was the impetus, then
That's right. Even
I'm
if
going
all
to go have
that's
to
the
find me
song.
some black mold to up my game a little bit.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, well-
I remember this one from last night. It was fantastic.
Cool. Yeah, feel free to play along. You know, the more the merrier.
Oh.
I like watered down coffee and a dim lit light. Reminds me of them late truck stops, settling in like rocks at the end of the night. We were hanging on a jukebox song, playing one too many, a little too strong. I never have any money, no matter how I work. Sure, I've had tough situations and taking strange medications, rolling in the dirt and black mold. But I don't like to think about those times or spend another night internalizing the reasons why. I wanna turn the rear view down. I don't wanna miss the streets are glowing green and red in the evening mist, and it's a beautiful thing. It's simple and true. Hey, it's a beautiful thing. It's simple and true. Yeah, feel free.
Oh, I'm just a rhythm player.
You know I'd like to quit smoking and cash out my trade. I got no need to medicate and need an old familiar pain at the end of my day. Guess I'm learning all them funny little ways people can be behind the bark and deep down in the grain. But I wanna turn the radio down. I don't wanna listen place, and the tractor kings are at the Cobra, and I don't wanna miss the songs they play, and how that makes me feel. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, it's simple and real. So tonight it's all stripes of wishful thinking about peaceful days. Don't need no pretending, it's a beautiful thing to be simple and true. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, a beautiful thing. You know, a beautiful thing to be simple and true.
Woo!
Man.
Oh, man. You know, that takes me back to chapter 1, the guy I had on, Alex Ruiz. The reason I got him on, because on his album, he had a song that was a similar theme, you know, just about just the good things in life. And you all can check out chapter 1 if you want, Alex Ruiz. This is chapter 6. You'll want to watch it 3 or 4 times. And share it. And subscribe, please. We were laughing before we started this about, you know, how dumb I was about subscribing. It's like, I ain't subscribing to nothing. I ain't paying for nothing. And then some young folks say, Gary John, you know, it's not like that. And anyway.
I tell you, I felt the same way for a long time, but now you gotta smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a bunch of them after this gets posted. I tell you, because, you know, I tell you, I just love your songwriting, and I love your playing. I just love everything about your style and all that from the very first time I heard you, and that's the damn truth.
Well, yeah.
So, given that, I'm going to ask one more thing of you. I got here Gary John's journal,
Okay.
and everybody who comes on this little thing gets to write in here. You can say you sang out a tune or anything you want to say. And man, I'm gonna go find Artemis. You just write in there, and we'll see if we can rustle up maybe a couple of eggs or something later.
Hey, that sounds great, man. Thanks for the company.
Oh, you bet. Artemis, are you awake yet? Because I sort of got something in mind here.
Maybe I should go out fishing. I take these rocks out of my pockets and skip 'em. Carried so long, I swear they're sewed right in. Maybe I should